At PCTVS, there is an environmental club coordinated by one of the science teachers, Daniel Levine. Mr. Levine is so passionate about climate change and science, but also teaches at PCTVS. This club is based on science activities from earth science, bio, physics, and chemistry. Let's learn more about this environmental club.
I'm Mr. Dan Levine. I'm the environmental club supervisor and a physics instructor here at PCTI. PCTVS Environmental Club has a very straightforward mission of really encouraging students to get involved with environmental friendly activities, incorporating them into their daily lives, and also trying to do maybe outreach whenever they can. So whether that's just learning about the different things maybe to avoid, like red meat per se, or just figuring out different activities we could do, like we did a Great Falls cleanup and everything in between. So this club's focus on climate change and helping out with that, well, we can call it like what it is, a crisis, is by taking the small steps that can add up to a bigger picture. So one person maybe picking up a bottle on the side of the road won't do much, but a whole group of people will. And that's really the main focus, is getting a lot more people involved with these different types of activities to really sort of help out the environment and focus in on different ways we could help. And again, whether that's things like cleanups, things like raising awareness, things like learning about different endangered species, anything that can help the environment, we're definitely interested in. If we don't do anything about climate change, we're definitely in for a load of trouble. I mean, most scientists, I think, it's either 2052 or 2060, somewhere within the next 40 years, we'll definitely see a lot more of the either heavy weather patterns, mass animal extinction, real bad stuff, to be honest. And we're already getting, a little bit of taste with it, we're having a lot more intense weather systems than usual. Our summers get hotter, our winters are a bit weirder than usual. So it's definitely something that needs to be solved, or at least alleviated as soon as possible. So on an everyday basis, it may seem a little like we're not doing a lot, but by focusing on things like, the basic stuff that we've been hearing for years of reducing, reusing, recycling, that can make a big impact. And I think a lot of people focus on the tail end of that with recycling, making sure we throw out our plastic and all that stuff in the proper containers. But it really does start with reducing what we actually use. So making sure that if we're, using a reusable water bottle instead of constantly using the plastic, or having reusable shopping bags instead of using the plastic that they provide. Things like that can actually add up a lot over time. The biggest difference, though, is definitely having people go vegetarian or vegan because of the enormous cost in the environment that a lot of food industry, and specifically the meat industry, has an impact on. When we explore space, we learn a lot more about both our environment and how to help it with climate change. We can see how different planets have responded to different things in the universe, like how Mars may have lost its atmosphere due to whatever reason, could help us focus on our atmosphere here, or countless other things, whether that's looking at what a lot of carbon dioxide does to a place like Venus, or what a lack of atmosphere does to any of the countless planets that we have in our universe today. In regards to what I would do to explore space a little differently for climate change, I would definitely look a lot more closely at Earth-like planets, which I think NASA already is doing, but really taking into consideration anywhere that has things like an atmosphere and things that have a lot more of what we have. I feel usually focused on size, but even if it's something that has something like plate tectonics that a lot of other planets may not have, could give us a lot deeper insight into our own planet. Not just looking at similarities in size or shape or location from the sun, but also like the composition of the planet itself too. So CTE is Career and Technical Education, basically focusing a lot more on different life skills or different career skills instead of just the general sort of education and academia that most other schools provide. It can also really help with focusing on climate change by giving young people a great head start into actually developing the skills that they would need to focus on this problem later in life. If they already know how to work with the different, say, scientific materials, then they can already use them in the lab when they get there. They don't have to figure out from the get-go. Or, I mean, even not necessarily focus on science, if you're in the automotive shop per se, you could focus a lot more on hybrid or electric cars that are inevitably going to be coming a lot more. And that can go for pretty much any of our CT studies here. A lot of them tie into whether focusing on the business side of being environmentally friendly or the actual sort of placement of the different items, different chemicals, different anything else that we have today.